anything Shimano wants to do, it's going to do better than anybody else. Absolutely better. They are so smart. They are so good at what they do. And they're happen to be going off on a direction that I don't, that makes me a little bit sad, but they're sure
Yeah.
capable of doing this. So I would like to see them come up with just like one group, just, you know, recreate like a 1990 XT or 1990 anything, or the rapid rise rear derailleurs. You know, I mean, those things are
Yeah, I always thought that
incredible.
like it'd be interesting if, I don't know if Shimano would be the company, they'd certainly have the resources, but to have like just a classic group set that doesn't change, that doesn't fall like whim to like the modern trends, but is, you know, like peak mechanical, and just like leave it at
You
that.
know, they could do it. And
Yeah.
that's something that SRAM could not do. SRAM, you know, cannot go back to SRAM in late 80s, early 90s and say,
Yeah.
okay, we're going to recreate this vintage SRAM group. What would a vintage SRAM group look like? I don't even know. In Shimano, it would be so popular. You know, I don't know if it would be profitable. I don't know whether they would see that, well, we can't risk this because it might be more popular than something else. It's not going to be more popular than their current parts because all they have to do is limit the supply, and that would rule it out as original equipment on high volume bikes by Trek and Specialized and all the rest. You know, they could just say, we're going to make 50,000 of these group sets, go
Mm-hmm.
online, and you have to sign up for them. Or there's a lottery. Can you imagine the popularity of that? And
Yeah.
it would be so great. You know, of course, people would buy them, then they would sit on them, then they would flip them, or you know, and stuff like that. So it would get wacky, like, you know, Taylor Swift concert tickets. But it would be a wonderful thing for them to do, and it would be so well received. And you know, Russ, there was a time in the early '90s when Shimano's fishing department, I think, was even bigger than its bike department. Bait casting reels at the time got so complicated that traditional fishermen and salespeople in stores couldn't figure them out. And there was a major squawk. So they came out with, they said, okay, you know, we're going to do this. We're going to do a level winding reel. I don't know if this is all Greek to a lot of the listeners, but a traditional reel, no bullshit. And they called it, I think, the Calcutta 2000. And it was a
Mm-hmm.
big success. And now they have a whole line of Calcutta reels that are basically no bullshit bait casting reels for bass fishermen. I
I
went
mean,
down to it.
I see clothing companies do that, where they lean into, you know, their heritage line, and
Yeah.
it becomes wildly successful. Like, why not have like a, you know, like a Shimano? Yeah, we're just going to make the best like peak mechanical group set. It'll be its own
Wouldn't
standalone
that be
line.
great? I mean,
Yeah.
it would be such a gift to the industry, you know, rather than have this arms race with SRAM to see who can carify the bicycle fastest and the most,
Yeah.
which is what it seems to be doing.